detective that never gives up.
To have that stamina to just grind and go, it's something else.
Must connect the dots.
That was like Pandora's box. The investigation just started opening up.
You have surveillance.
Behind a carefully planned and coordinated murder plot.
There's the cone.
Yeah.
They're shopping for the tools they need to kill a man.
But one small mistake.
I think I found something.
Leads police to the suspects.
If you didn't shoot this guy, this is the time to say it.
And a showdown to uncover the truth.
This brother wanted to give it up.
You know how hard it's gonna be with a sneeze tag?
We're like, nah, you gotta be kidding me.
We're 30 minutes north of Atlanta in Alpharetta, Georgia. This is a very affluent area that some call the Beverly Hills of the South. Violent crime in Alpharetta is very low, and the occurrence of a homicide is even lower.
And that's why a disturbing call to police in 2016 was so unusual.
What's the address of your emergency?
It's Wade Creek. Need to send someone right away. There are shots fired inside. Have somebody right away.
When police arrive to respond to this call of gunfire coming from the area, they find this door open.
Once officers are on call and they make the interior of the dwelling safe, they notice a black male dead on the floor. That's when they freeze the scene, because now they're calling in homicide. No one else comes in till the homicide units arrive on call.
So Alpharetta police have a phenomenal detective named Ja'Kai Braithwaite in homicide. He takes this case. I know him personally. This guy is the real deal.
I wanted to be an investigator because I wanted a challenge. I want to do what others may not want to do. I want to put the work in. I'm a Jersey boy, a native of New Jersey. My dad was a federal police officer, and it was clear to me that my career path, once I graduated college, was going to be in public safety. December of 1999 was when I was hired by the Alpharetta Police Department. I ended up going to detectives. I think it's a special, unique calling because many are called, but only few are chosen to be a detective.
The victim is a black male, late teens to early 20s.
They don't know who the victim is. He's unidentified. All they know is an older gentleman owns the property by the name of Walter Berry. Clearly, that's not Walter Berry on the floor.
We've got call-outs to the homeowner.
Ja'Kai's partner, Dave Bokniak, quickly meets him at the scene.
You ready to do this?
Always.
We definitely have a really close bond. Every homicide Detective Botniak and I that we worked, to date, it's been solved.
I saw it.
You could see this traffic cone right there in the doorway. We were like, what the hell's up with the cone?
Is that ours?
It was here before we arrived.
We'll bookmark it for now. Find us some other witnesses.
I knew there was going to be some significance to that cone.
They head into the kitchen of the residence, and that's where they find the victim, a young black male, face down in a pool of blood.
Damn. He was on his side, and he had a gunshot wound to his head. There was a bar stool that he was tied up to.
This victim was kneeling down and shot in the back of the head. That speaks nothing but a straight-up execution.
What is that? Looks like power cables.
He was wrapped up with like a piece of computer cord or some kind of cord that was in the house.
One shot to the back of the head. We found any shell casings? Did the killer pick up his brass?
No.
We were pretty certain it was probably a revolver that was used to shoot the kid.
He's just a kid.
This hit me a little different because I had recently found out that I'm going to be a father.
You good?
I'm about to celebrate a life, and here this life is gone, and I'm thinking like, wow, like I just can't imagine what the family's gonna go through.
Detectives, I've got some witnesses for you.
Go. I'll handle the crime scene. Okay.
Justine meets the next-door neighbors, John and Erica Williams. Turns out John and Erica are the actual 911 callers. So bam, right now Jakai's clicking.
I can't believe this happened to Kadarius.
He's your neighbor?
Jakai learns that the victim is 21-year-old Kadarius Medlock.
Yeah, he lives there with his uncle, Walter Berry.
Tell me more about the crime.
It happened around 9:30 this morning.
Erica had just arrived home. She sees our victim standing on the front porch. He saw her, they knew one another. He waved, she pulled into the garage.
And then about 15 minutes later, I heard 2 gunshots.
Erica described looking out her front window, seeing a black male exit the house and enter the back seat of the vehicle that was pulled into the driveway of her neighbor's house. And then they drove off.
Describe the guy.
He was bald.
He's got a white dust mask on. In my opinion, detective-wise, that's him concealing his face, not wanting anyone to see what he looks like.
Describe the car.
It was maroon in color.
She said she believed it was like a Hyundai or Honda.
Do you think of anything else?
She just gave a great jumping off spot.
What'd you find out? We made contact with the homeowner.
One of the detectives contacted him and learned that he was actually in Dallas, Texas at the time. He immediately got on a plane and flew home.
He's gonna come to the office this afternoon. The other thing is, there are signs of a robbery.
The main bedroom upstairs was completely ransacked. You start asking yourself, what's going on here?
This whole thing looks like a home invasion murder. Let's find out who else we can speak with.
Jakai and Dave also find one other witness that reported seeing suspicious activity around the townhome.
I thought he was just doing street work.
He saw a black male walking around the townhome wearing one of those traffic vests, and he had in his possession a traffic cone.
When he told us the traffic cone, and obviously we saw it inside the residence, we were like, okay. So these jokers were using that traffic cone to disguise themselves as construction workers.
What do you look like?
Young, maybe in his 20s, short hair.
According to this witness, the man in the traffic vest later comes out of the house and got into the maroon car, and the maroon car speeds away.
All right, thank you.
We definitely, at that point, were starting to try to connect some of the dots.
Hey, what's up? What's happening? This is my friend's house.
Relax.
He was asking, what's going on? This is our friend, this is our friend.
His name is Ezekiel Mott, and he claims to be Kadarius's friend.
We want to know what's up.
I see a small maroon car.
This right here is a totally unbelievable moment. Did the killers just return to the scene of the crime?
We need to ask you some questions.
This investigation is about to take a crazy turn.
What is that? Looks like power cables.
Alpharetta, Georgia, homicide detective Jakai Braithwaite is investigating the murder of 21-year-old Kadarius Medlock.
Describe the guy.
He was bald.
Witnesses identified 3 suspects in the case and a getaway car.
It was maroon in color.
Witnesses solve crimes. We definitely have a good start in place.
Hey, what's happening? This is my friend's house.
Relax.
While Jakai was at the crime scene, the victim's friend Ezekiel arrives.
We want to know what's up.
And he happens to be in a car that looks just like the one the suspects drove.
We need to ask you some questions.
Was this a situation where a jealous friend murdered his boy, or what?
Why are you here?
Friend texted me about it.
You may have situations where suspects return to the crime scene to watch, to see what's going on.
Is that your car?
My girl's right.
The biggest thing was the car. That small maroon car, we definitely were honing in on that.
We want to talk to you at the station.
We had to ask questions, and we did just that.
Jakai brought Ezekiel and his girlfriend back to the precinct for questioning. He also asked Erica Williams, the witness who had the best look at the suspect's car, to also come in.
Erica looked at the actual car and told Jakai that it's either the car or a car that looks exactly like it. Between the car match and Ezekiel having a similar description to one of the suspects, it was time to turn up the heat.
During the interview with Ezekiel, the young man denied involvement in his friend's death. In fact, he provided Jakai with an alibi. He said he was shopping at the time of the murder.
Between phone records and eyewitnesses, Ezekiel was cleared of any wrongdoing. It turned out that it was a crazy coincidence that Kadarius' friend had the same type of car as the killers.
That was ME's office. The case was ruled a homicide by gunshot, and the caliber bullet was a .38.
Walter Berry's here.
Kadarius' uncle arrives back in town. As they meet face to face, Jakai's totally surprised. He knows the uncle.
I knew him by W, like, hey, what's up, W? You know, but I had no idea when I heard the name Walter Berry that that was an individual who I had known from the gym and through a circle of friends.
So sorry for your loss.
Of course, he was wrecked. He started telling us some of the victimology about his nephew.
Darius was like my son.
His nephew was from Memphis. He came to live with him a few years ago. He worked at a local restaurant, which he would walk to every day.
He was going to school, and he just turned 21.
That time we're learning, like, wow, this was a good kid.
Was he beefing with anyone? No.
I want to know, is your nephew into anything?
He didn't run around in the bad crowd.
At this point, Jakai and Dave gotta look at the uncle cross-eyed a little bit and see what's going on.
What about you?
I'm wondering, you mixed up in something?
You know me.
Just answer the question.
Even though they're social and they know some of the same friends, it doesn't matter. Jakai has a duty.
Just tell the truth. Look, I don't know anything.
I said, listen, I don't really care what you're into right now. Right now, my goal is to figure out what happened to your nephew.
This wasn't because of me, I swear. I want to find out who did this too.
What was taken from your bedroom?
I made a list.
The uncle goes on and gives Jakai a long laundry list of items, very expensive items.
A lot of his watches were taken. He had a Gucci scarf that was inside his Louis Vuitton bag, and the duffel bag actually even had his initials on the handle of it.
There's still a PlayStation, some cash too, and my gun.
What kind of gun?
A .40 caliber.
It's not the murder weapon.
There was a semi-automatic, and we believe the murder weapon was a revolver.
Again, I'm sorry for your loss, man.
We knew we were dealing with a burglary/home invasion, but we couldn't understand why the death, why the murder. We believe we're dealing with 3 suspects, and we're like, all right, what do we have to focus on? What's up with this cone?
Look, man, there's not even a mark on it.
This cone was a brand new cone.
It still has the barcode sticker on it.
Maybe we can find out where it was sold.
We actually researched the name brand on the cone.
I'm a detective in Georgia.
We discovered that this company, the only place in the Southeast that they distributed to was Lowe's.
There's a Lowe's less than 3 miles away from Kadarius's home. What are the odds they bought it here?
This orange cone could crack the case.
Let's roll. Look, man, there's not even a mark on it.
Detective Ja'Kai Braithwaite has just caught a break in the Kadarius Medlock murder case.
Maybe we can find out where it was sold.
Ja'Kai finds out that the safety cone left at the crime scene is only sold at the home improvement store Lowe's.
Let's roll.
We were thinking that, whoa, maybe there is something here.
On April 23rd, 2016, just 2 days after the murder, Ja'Kai and his partner go to Lowe's, hoping to stir up a lead on the case.
As soon as we walk into Lowe's, smacked us right in the face. What do we see?
Is this for real?
They have a display stand of all of that safety equipment. Traffic cones, work vests, traffic vests, dust masks. I definitely got excited. I was like, yeah.
He knows that these killers probably stopped at this Lowe's, purchased that cone, which means there's gonna be a receipt, transaction, and video.
Ja'Kai and Dave have to find out if and when that cone was actually purchased in this Lowe's store.
It looks like the cone was bought on the 21st at 8:41 a.m.
That's an hour before the murder.
They bought other stuff too.
He tells us not only was that cone purchased, but a dust mask and a traffic vest.
This is a detective's dream. This is Christmas Day at Lowe's. I mean, bam.
How's it pay for?
With a credit card.
This is when my partner and I almost high-fiving each other. We're playing it cool though, right?
They're on a roll. So now for the cherry on top moment.
You have surveillance?
Yeah, come take a look.
That was like Pandora's box. The investigation just started opening up. There he is.
Ja'Kai.
Vince, what's going on,
Man, we met with Ja'Kai and his partner Dave Bokniak to take a look at the Lowe's surveillance video.
So you're in the store, the manager is helping. He's actually jumping in there, giving you stuff with no pushback.
I'm jumping out of my seat. We couldn't get back there to go look at that video quick enough.
So let's take a look at it.
Okay. So this is the cash register. We see these two guys approach, and they both match the description, albeit a vague description from the witnesses, but they match the description.
Oh, so the two guys, white t-shirt and black t-shirt.
Right. So when I'm seeing this, we're like, yo, this is our guy. This is the dude.
There's the cone.
Yeah.
So they're literally shopping to get items that they need to commit a murder. They're shopping for the tools they need to kill a man. That's crazy. I've never seen anything like that. So at this point in the video, you're considering these guys could be any of the three suspects.
Exactly. Right? And in fact, yeah, we don't know who is who.
I love the quality of the video. It shows the exchange between these two brothers. They were setting your story up and making it look pretty.
It's a phenomenal moment.
It felt good. Yeah, I mean, of course, we don't know who these actors are, right? But we knew we got something. So we're in the game now. You actually see these two brothers walk out of the store and they walk right over to the car, which actually fit the description of, the car given by our witnesses. And you see him, look at him, he's still on the cone. Actually, we ended up sending this cone off to the GBI to be analyzed.
I specifically told them to look inside the rim of the cone for DNA.
You got at least two of the three guys on the roll call that you're looking for. What do you do next to try to move this case forward?
At this point, we know we have a credit card associated with this, so we know we're gonna start rolling, we know we're gonna start doing.
The account was open about 6 weeks ago, but now it's closed.
We contact the credit card company. They immediately let us know, yes, this was a fairly new account.
Who owned the account?
The name is Tyrese Donaldson.
I'll run his info.
The name comes with everything. It comes with addresses. It comes with race. You may get a look at your person of interest or your suspects by close of business.
It's a fake identity.
The name on the credit card was one person. The information belonged to another person.
He made a lot of purchases before the account was closed.
Can you send us a list with all the transactions?
Sure, yeah.
Thank you.
We weren't discouraged. We knew that there was a good chance the doors were going to start opening. We are looking and analyzing all of these transactions.
They racked up $13,000 worth of charges all over the metro area. And every purchase on that card presents an opportunity for Jakai and Dave to identify who is actually using the card.
Restaurants, nightclubs, electronic stores.
As Jakai and Dave are going through all of these transactions, there's one that really stands out.
Hold up. Check this out.
It was a bill paid, an insurance bill paid for an insurance company. So then we sent subpoenas to this insurance company for subscriber information related to that, and we get the name of a female.
This is an auto policy. The holder's name is Melanie Pound.
So we're like, what's the connection with this female?
She's connected to our guy.
We know as investigators that suspects do that, right? Everything is through their mother or through their girlfriend.
Probably your girlfriend.
And there is a secondary driver listed on the policy. Jamel Ganesh.
We run that person's name and we get name, date of birth, we get a driver's license photo. The driver's license photo of who was listed as a secondary driver is the black male, bald head, bushy beard.
This is more than a good lead. This is straight butter.
This is the guy from the surveillance video.
Jakai and Dave had just identified their very first suspect.
Is this for real?
Detective Jakai Braithwaite traces the cone recovered from the crime scene to a nearby store.
We see these two guys approach the cash register.
Surveillance video at the store provides detectives with a glimpse of two of the suspects.
Hold up. Check this out.
A suspicious transaction on the suspect's fraudulent credit cards provides police with a name. Jamel Ganesh.
This is the guy from the surveillance video.
This is a major break in the case. They finally found a legitimate name and identity to work with.
We were excited. That was another aha moment for us. We just identified our first suspect, but we were just moving. We knew we just had, a lot of work to do.
Instead of immediately arresting Jamel Ganesh, Jakai and his partner took a more methodical approach.
They dove into Jamel's background and discovered that he lived in an apartment complex in Atlanta.
Further digging uncovered his cell phone number. Detectives quickly subpoenaed the phone records
and hoped that it would lead to the identity of the other suspects.
That they're like valuable things to steal. I don't know.
At that point, we felt pretty certain that those were going to be our suspects.
Run the other two numbers.
First comes back to Michael Dawson. Here we go.
We see his driver's license photograph, and we're like, oh.
That's the guy that had the cone.
The getaway driver.
We believe that, Michael Dawson is going to be the individual who actually went into Lowe's with Ganesh.
Now they've ID'd both suspects from the Lowe's video. This is all coming together.
And the last guy?
The last number belongs to John Travius Mahone.
I thought he was just doing street work.
It appears they have identified all three suspects in the case.
Cash?
So how can I help y'all today?
We're with Alpharetta PD.
Okay. All right, just give me 1 minute.
Right now, Jakai and Dave want to know what vehicles were rented from Prestige Auto around the time of the murder.
I think I found something.
They learned that the phone number associated with the suspect rented a maroon Hyundai Accent 2 days before the homicide and then returned it on the day of the homicide.
Just follow me.
Are you effing kidding me right now? This has gotta be the place.
There it is. A Hyundai Accent.
That's the maroon car.
It was just like, it was like crazy.
They got him. It's arrest warrant time right now.
Phone records came in.
Track them so nobody steals them.
So they actually have their vehicles equipped with a hidden GPS.
Give me the GPS data.
Yeah, sure thing.
Right now, it's time for Jakai and Dave to just bring the case on home. Between the witness statements, surveillance video, phone, and GPS records, Jakai had a mountain of evidence connecting all three suspects to the murder.
Further digging revealed that a girlfriend of suspect Dontravius Mahone helped rent the car for them.
The final cherry on top was that DNA for Michael Dawson, the man they believed to be the getaway driver, was found on the cone.
At this point, arrest warrants were issued for the suspects. Now all they had to do was take them into custody.
On the morning of June 28, 2016, they put together a plan.
Police search warrant!
We had 3 suspects in 3 different counties.
Jakai's in Atlanta, Dave is in Clayton County, and another detective from Alpharetta is in DeKalb County. Literally, like looking at their watches and saying, go. All 3 agencies hit these 3 houses at the exact same time.
Police, get your hands up. Hands up.
And what's crazy about this simultaneous operation, they hit this house and suspect Dontravius Mahone actually goes for a gun.
Go.
Clayton County SWAT, they don't play around.
They recovered the gun and they took Dontravius into custody without incident.
I ain't do nothing, man.
Jakai arrests Jamel Ganesh without any incident.
Take him away.
I was speaking to Ganesh, then fairly quickly said he didn't want to talk.
Jakai,
What's up, brother?
we've got some evidence.
Nice.
There were crucial pieces of evidence that we were able to connect back to these actors from evidence that was actually stolen from the victim's house.
Any updates from DeKalb?
Yeah. Michael Dawson is in cuffs.
In the room he was staying at the time that he was arrested, the Louis Vuitton bag with the victim's initials were found.
What about Mahomes?
No.
He's got cold feet.
At this point, Jakai and Dave are just crazy AF. They feel like they've done everything they need to do on this case. They've got every rudimentary piece of evidence needed to keep these guys away for the rest of their lives.
As Jakai is wrapping up, he gets a phone call.
Jakai.
You need to come down here right now.
It's the detective that arrested Michael Dawson.
He's like, yo, he's talking.
All right, I'm on my way.
Jakai's like, damn, I'm gonna get my full confession.
Police search warrant!
A coordinated raid leads to the arrest of all 3 suspects in the Kadarius Medlock homicide investigation.
I ain't do nothing, man. Take him away.
Jakai and his team believe they have enough for a successful prosecution.
You need to come down here right now.
Michael Dawson, who Jakai believes is the getaway driver, this brother wants to talk.
I'm on my way.
Even though he's got a mountain of evidence in the case, Jakai wants more. He wants a confession.
Detectives go to the DeKalb County Police Department where Michael Dawson is being held.
Detective Dave Bokniak and another detective take the first stab at Dawson.
I want to show you some pictures, okay?
Dawson admits that he knows Jamel Ganesh and Dontravius Mahone.
You had been in Alpharetta in a burgundy vehicle?
Yeah.
He's putting himself with these guys in the car on the day of the murder in Alpharetta.
He talked about going to Lowe's.
What'd you get at Lowe's?
I think like some goggles, a vest, and what you call them?
Traffic cone?
Yeah, the traffic cone.
Where'd you guys go from there?
We met Money.
Where was that at?
That was at Publix.
He said they went to Publix instead of going to the actual home. His reason they went to Publix was because they were buying drugs from somebody named Money.
What did Money look like?
I don't know.
Who knew him?
I guess Jamil.
How much did he buy?
Probably like a £1/4.
Dawson denies any involvement in the murder. He doesn't put himself there.
I don't know who killed him, man. I would tell you if I knew.
Right now, this is a game of total BS.
Do you know what he bought the traffic cone and that stuff for?
No.
Did you think it was weird that he was purchasing those items? I mean, didn't mention anything about him?
No.
He basically admitted to everything that went on in Alpharetta except going to the house. But he replaced the house with the place they went to, Publix, and they dealt with a guy named Money for some kind of drug deal.
Right now, the interview's done. They take old Dawson back to Alpharetta PD and book him. At this point, Jakai decides to take a run at Dawson himself.
Although you watch TV and you know cops bullshit lie, this here, man. That Louis bag that was in your closet, where'd you get that from?
Sent to me.
Dawson did say that was given to him from Ganesh.
Can I tell you something? The victim's initials are on the bag. Did you notice that? So you see how things are connecting to you, right?
I said, I know what you did. I know how you did it. I just don't know why you did it. I just need you, break it down to me.
I didn't pull the trigger.
Okay, so tell me about this then. What went down? What happened?
I tell you, man, this brother wanted to give it up.
I don't want them to get it on my chest. That's what I want.
Okay.
But he didn't.
You know how hard it's gonna be to be in a state camp with a snitch tag? Man, hell no.
He basically just said, I can't snitch because he's like, it won't serve me well when I go to jail. He wanted to talk, but he just would not.
Even though Jakai didn't get a confession or a clear motive, he's got a good idea of what went down that day.
They came to that zip code for the lick. The lick is a robbery. They probably had some kind of intel.
I believe that there was something associated with the uncle that enticed and interested these three actors.
After picking up the car and the supplies at Lowe's, they headed straight for the townhouse.
We think that they used their disguise to blend in and not bring attention to themselves.
It appears that Mahone and Ganesh are the ones that actually went into the house, and Dawson stayed in the car. They're going, we did our surveillance and nobody's supposed to be there. But if they're there, we're still going to carry out the lick, hence taking a firearm.
This kid was supposed to be working this day and wasn't doing that. As soon as they made contact with him, they immediately tied him up. They tied him up with a cord that was already in that house. So I don't think they were really prepared for him. Probably one of them were paying attention to him while the other one ransacked the house, stealing and burglarizing some items. I believe it was Mahomes who took the shots, which struck our victim Kadarius Medlock in the head, causing his death. And then they immediately went to the car. Our reason on why they killed this kid, again, I can't tell you. Maybe they were afraid that he saw them and that he would give them up. Or, just maybe they're just straight up, monsters.
This is the worst of the worst. We're talking about a victim, wrong place, wrong time. Their buddy, if he wasn't at home or picked up that extra work that day, he'd still be here today.
Jamel Gaines, Dontravius Mahone, and Michael Dawson are all charged with the murder of Kadarius Medlock.
In December 2018, the Fulton County DA's office takes them to trial. They're all found guilty. And all three are sentenced to life in prison. I love the work y'all did in this case. I've never seen a file that thick.
And the DA's office actually honored us as investigators or officers of the year and gave us this award for solving this case. And it's funny, they actually put it right here, you know, in a traffic cone in the case here for us. But
That's awesome. I love it.
Nice touch.
So it was nice to be honored for the work.
Congratulations. Well deserved.
You ready to do this? Always.
When I look back on this case, I look at how the process was.
Man, this case was incredible, and we really appreciate it.
Loved it, loved it.
Have a good one.
Thanks.
My brother.
Good to see you.
Someone there? What are you doing?
It was December the 19th, 2014, and we got a call about a person deceased inside of a home on Madrona Street, located over in northwest Atlanta.
Some of the houses in this neighborhood were well kept, but this particular house on Madrona Street and other houses close by were falling apart.
At this point, we were 14 years in homicide. We were the old heads of the unit. So when this call came in, we headed right over to the crime scene to see if there was anything we can do to help the lead detective.
What's up, TJ?
Hey guys, it's rough from here. The body's in the back.
We rode up to the scene on Madrona Street. It's looking like we're gonna be here all day. I can only imagine by looking at the outside, what's the inside gonna look like? Because outside looked kind of wretched.
Oh man, he wasn't joking.
This place looked like it came out of central casting for a horror movie. There was trash everywhere, rat droppings, roaches, everything you could imagine. It made my skin crawl.
Over here. I'm right behind you.
As we go into this structure even deeper, we go to the back to meet up with lead detective Scott Dorsey.
Damn, Dorsey. What'd you get us into?
It's new one for me, man.
Is this how the body was found?
Yep.
What we see is a body in the middle of the floor, laid out, arms stretched out, legs stretched out, a pillow over this person's face, and a sheet covering the rest of the body.
We got a pillow over the face. Could be a personal connection between the deceased and the killer.
A lot of times when killers are killing their victim that they know, that image is in their face, and then they don't want to see that face again. And that's why they cover it.
You ready?
We see clearly that this is a white female.
What sticks out and is glaring, there's duct tape wrapped around her face.
And we remove the sheet. I notice there's a pillow propped up underneath this victim's hips. This clearly looks like a sexual assault.
Make sure we get some DNA samples.
We're thinking we probably are going to get DNA. We're looking at her fingers. We're looking at a sexual assault kit. Anything that this killer may have left behind. Hair, sweat, semen. We're hoping for the best.
So I see some bruises around their necks. Probably strangulation.
Somebody did a number on this lady.
She's got multiple contusions and bruises. It looks like some kind of struggle ensued.
What are you doing? Stop it!
She may have been fighting for her life before her clothes even came off.
Not a lot of decomp.
Yeah, I put the murder within a couple days.
This may be a fresh homicide. This may put us on the trail of a killer a lot sooner.
Yo, look at this place. What was she even doing here?
My mind is just clocking items. There's so many things in this room. I don't know what is relevant, I don't know what is connected to this case and what is not.
There's a lot to sift through here, man.
As I'm scanning around the room, I notice a closet door.
Yo, check that out.
And inscribed on the door, it says, "Look, bitch, I'm gone."
Is that blood?
No, that's marker.
This has to be related, right?
Oh, yeah.
We're thinking the killer could have left this message because of our victim or to our victim. There's got to be a connection somehow.
Captain Dorsey, we got a witness outside.
Yeah, I'm coming.
I'll join you. Anything to get some fresh air.
I call 911.
Why's that?
It's my place.
She identifies herself as Ebony. She says she's actually the homeowner.
It's usually vacant, but they always keep breaking into it.
She's done her best to secure it, but junkies, addicts, and transients just come and go like it's an open door.
So the suspect could be anybody.
According to Ebony, she showed up today just to check on her property, came upon the body, and immediately dialed 911.
All right, what was the last time you were on these premises before today?
A few weeks ago.
You know anyone who comes here?
Sometimes my son or my ex-husband.
She says her son's name is Ordentrick Johnson, and her former husband's name is Maurice Johnson.
How do we get in touch with them?
I don't know where they stay or how to reach them.
Dorsey decides he's gonna take Ebony down to homicide, lock her into a tight timeline, a really good statement, because right now, she's our first real witness. And we gotta get her on paper.
Yo, Benny, what do you got?
Still working.
At this point, we've been on the crime scene for 5 hours. There's no electricity in this house. It's dark. We have to set up external lighting. And we still have a lot of stuff that we have to process.
Anybody check this closet?
It occurred to me that the closet door that had the writing on it, observed earlier, we hadn't looked inside yet. As I walk up to the closet, I realized this closet door is nailed shut. And if it's nailed shut, it's gotta be something inside this closet. So I wiggle this nail out of the door. And as I slowly open this door, this smell hits me like a gigantic boxing glove in my face. I've smelled this before. It's death. I see clearly human feet protruding from a pile of clothing in the corner of this closet.
Got another body.
This case just became a double homicide.
This investigation becomes one of the most bizarre we've ever worked.
I want to report a crime at this house.
How many more bodies are we gonna find?
You're not gonna believe this.
There was way more to this case than meets the eye.
To solve these murders,
He's released from jail right before the murders happened.
we'll need to continue down a path laced with violence.
I've seen her before.
He had a history of assaulting women.
In the end,
What's his name? Murder Man.
revealing the killer's true identity
Just a few more questions.
If we catch you in a lie, it's all over.
leaves us speechless.
Is this some kind of serial killer just getting started?
Damn, Dorsey. What'd you get us into?
It's new one for me, man.
We are Assistant Detective Scott Dorsey, who is investigating the murder of an unidentified woman found inside an abandoned home in northwest Atlanta. There's duct tape wrapped around her face. She's got multiple contusions and bruises.
Probably strangulation.
This is one of the most gruesome scenes I'd ever come across.
Finishing up the scene, we make a shocking discovery.
What you got there?
Ooh. This scene was creepy enough.
Got another body.
And now that we have a second body inside the closet, this thing has really got us on edge.
Appears to be a white female. I won't know until I do an autopsy.
I'm riding on Vince's shoulders as the ME and Vince are trying to, assess what they have here in terms of evidence.
How long do you think this body has been here?
About 4 months, maybe longer.
This body is so decomposed, it's skeletonized. And once we get all the clothing removed, we're shocked at what we see. This victim has rope wrapped around her legs, wrapped around her arms, and most importantly, there's a rope wrapped around her neck.
My God.
This is crazy. Like, this is literally a kill house. Detective Dorsey returns to the crime scene and we bring him up to speed.
So it appears we have two white women, likely murdered the same way.
Yeah, there has to be a connection, man.
Is this just a dumping ground? You know, what's going on?
We gotta ID these Jane Does, because I'm certain the killer knew both of them. Let's do another sweep of this place.
Think there might be more?
Maybe.
We didn't find any more bodies, but as we're leaving the house, a witness comes forward.
We see an old man standing there. His name is Thomas Allen.
Hey, can you tell me anything about what y'all are doing?
Why are you so curious?
Thomas tells us the word on the street there's a body inside. He wants to know, could it be his friend, who he hadn't seen in a while, that sometimes frequents this house?
Who's your friend?
Heather Camp.
What'd she look like?
White girl, like 30, brown hair.
We're listening to this description that Thomas Allen has given us, and we're saying this could be our fresh victim.
When's the last time you saw her? 4 days ago.
He says it was December 15th, about 1 o'clock in the morning. And what's most important about what he said next was she's actually walking towards Madrona Street.
Is there anything else you can share about Heather?
No.
We give Thomas Allen our contact info, tell him to call us at any time should he find any other information about what happened over here.
We need to see what else the neighborhood knows, all right? Let's canvass.
We start knocking on some other doors, and we find no one else can give us any kind of substantive evidence or anything relating to what we found in the house.
Hey, Ben and Quinn, y'all got a visit.
When Quinn and I get back to the office, there's a guy waiting on us, a guy named Andre Williams.
What's going on, man?
You guys work in the Madrona case?
That's right.
I may know something about the dead girl.
Andre Williams says that 3 days earlier, he was driving down Madrona Street when this guy that he knows is flagging him down.
Hey, what's his name?
Murder Man.
I've heard every nickname you could think of in my career up to this point, but I've never heard anybody named Murder Man.
We were right there in front of the house, and he was trying to get me to buy a cell phone from him.
He's gonna give the phone to Andre for $10, and then he'll get it back later for $20. It's called a street pawn.
And you took the phone?
Yeah.
Andre Williams says they've transacted money before in the past, and he was always good on debt.
But I never used it.
The only problem was he didn't get the passcode before Murder Man got away from him, and had been looking for him the last couple of days trying to get his loot back.
The phone is locked.
Come on, man. We don't fix phones.
That's not why I'm here.
It's a picture of a white female, and Quinn and I look at each other and we clearly know the photo on this phone is the same woman that we found sprawled out in this den of horrors on Madrona Street.
That's Heather.
Heather Camp?
Yeah.
I hope he's not my friend.
Who's your friend?
Heather Camp.
That's Heather's cell phone.
So far, we've got Heather Camp identified by 2 different people, and now we got a person saying Murder Man basically pawned her phone. This is great information.
How did Murder Man get that phone?
I don't know.
All right, look, brother, we're gonna need to keep that cell phone, okay?
All right.
We're able to get a description of Murder Man, but not his real name.
The house. You know anything about the house?
Mm-mm. All right, do you know about any other missing women around the neighborhood?
Just one girl. Nicole?
Nicole?
But that was months ago.
That kind of lines up with this body in the closet in the state of decomposition. This body's not only decomposed, it's skeletonized.
What she look like?
White, blonde hair.
Andre goes on to say that there's missing person flyers all around the neighborhood. But what he says next is crazy.
Nicole used to hang with Murder Man.
As soon as he said that, I'm like, bam. I mean, could Nicole be the one we had in the closet?
What else can you tell us about her? You got a last name?
Mm-mm.
All right, man. Thanks for your time.
We don't know if Murder Man's involved, but we got to eliminate him. We like him right now until we don't.
Detective Dorsey speaks with Heather Camp's family to figure out if she's our first Jane Doe.
I spoke with Heather's boyfriend, Aaron. Confirmed she's missing. 33 years old, she's got kids. Damn. He also confirmed she's an addict.
Heather had been struggling with drug addiction. She was hanging in Atlanta so she could get those drugs.
I let the ME's office know, and they're checking her identity.
All right, what about the boyfriend? Could he be a suspect?
I don't think so. He's got an alibi, and for what it's worth, seems like he really cares about her.
When's the last time you heard from her?
December 16th. She said she was in Westlake.
Well, that's not far from Madrona Street.
He called her multiple times on the phone, but all efforts proved negative, and she couldn't be found.
So for now, we work the case like Heather Camp's victim number 1.
Right, and that means our timeline is narrowed down to the 16th.
We're thinking this may be the day that Heather Camp got murdered.
All right, thanks, Dorsey.
Got it.
While waiting to learn if victim number 1 is indeed Heather Camp, we focus our attention on victim number 2.
All right, so Andre said the missing girl's name was Nicole, right? Let me see.
We start running the name Nicole through our local database, most importantly, our missing persons database.
All right, I might have a hit here. I have a Nicole Sartell, missing August 25th.
4 months ago. So that fits our timeline.
That goes in line with the state of decomposition of the body in the closet and the last time someone saw Nicole alive.
Hold up. You're not gonna believe this.
Uh-oh. What do we got?
This cannot be a coincidence.
Yeah, we should have seen this coming.
All right, so I see some bruises around their necks. Probably strangulation.
We're making progress in the Madrona Street double homicide case.
Let's have the cell phone.
We caught a break, finding out that one of the victims may be a white female by the name of Heather Camp.
Is this killer really named Murder Man?
Only in Atlanta, baby.
Several witnesses have identified a possible suspect known on the street only as Murder Man.
We also have a lead on the second victim.
I have a Nicole Sartell, missing August 25th.
We learned that there's a woman named Nicole Sartell who's been missing for 4 months.
Hold up. You're not gonna believe this.
We've just found an unbelievable link between our 2 victims.
Yeah, we should have seen this coming.
All right, so there's a prior assault in her file, and the suspect is Murder Man.
There's that name again.
Let me print this.
Interestingly, Nicole had a run-in with Murder Man right before she disappeared.
So the police responded to an assault call, and like us, they had no government name for Murder Man, and he fled the scene.
That's it?
Yeah, that's it.
We really don't have any more details than what we're reading in this 2-page police report.
It looks like a detective tried to reach Nicole, but she disappeared, so the case went nowhere.
Damn. All right, what other background do we have on Nicole?
Right here, Nicole Sartell, originally from Montana. She's only been in Atlanta a few years. Looks like some arrest for drugs and prostitution.
She just found herself wrapped up in prostitution as a way to support herself and her drug addiction.
All right, so you see, that sounds like our Heather. And they're both linked to Murder Man. All right, let me see what else we can find based off his alias.
We type Murder Man into our database, but we come up with 0. There's nothing in our database regarding Murder Man anywhere.
All right, we need to find out this guy's real name, all right? Let's get to work on that. Check the streets, see what we can come up with.
All this stuff is lining up. Nicole Sartell could be the victim inside the closet. We gotta find this cat Murder Man like yesterday.
Later that day, we got a call from the medical examiner that they had positively identified our first victim through fingerprints as Heather Camp. And an autopsy confirmed that she was sexually assaulted and strangled.
We let them know about Nicole Sartell possibly being the victim found in the closet. They promised us they'd get working on her identification.
And we believe that both women have ties to this guy known on the streets as Murder Man.
But without a full name, there isn't much we can do with that lead right now.
We think back to the first hours of this investigation and think back to the 911 caller, Ebony. She gave us names of 2 individuals who had visited the property.
Her son, Ardendrick Johnson, and her ex-husband, Maurice.
So we decided to turn our attention to these men.
There he is.
So I pulled up everything I could find on these guys.
Awesome. Let's see what we have on our dent sheet. Oh, you've been busy.
We all of a sudden see he's an 8-time convicted felon from charges of drugs, assault, theft, you name it. This isn't a regular guy. This is a guy that knows crime.
Yeah. This brother's got a history of violence, man.
Yeah, he comes gift wrapped.
Then we get a prize. This brother, Ardendrick Johnson, has an active warrant for a probation violation involving the assaulting of an ex-girlfriend. This is golden.
I mean, we could bring him in and see what he has to say.
This could be our killer.
First, we got Murder Man, who we haven't identified yet. Now we've got Ardendrick Johnson. We've got 2 viable murder suspects.
All right, let's take a look at contestant number 2. Ardendrick could be modeling his father.
Yeah, and he's released from jail right before the murders happened.
Yeah, see, man, I don't know who I like better.
So we're thinking Maurice and Ardendrick, both of these have been to jail. Father, son, both staying in the house, have access to where these bodies were. It could be either one of them.
See, what if these two are like a duo?
Or it could be father and son acting together. It wouldn't be a first for us.
Oh, so we could track him down and bring him in for questioning.
Absolutely.
Yeah, hold on a sec.
Yeah, go for it.
Detective Dorsey. Uh-huh. Great. We'll be right there. That somebody wants to talk about the case.
By now, the shocking details of 2 bodies found inside of this house has hit the news.
Where are we headed?
Madrona Street. Tipster's one of the neighbors.
It's Boogie.
Hey, I'm Detective Velasquez, Woodward APD Homicide. You called in a tip?
Yes, sir.
We get this witness that comes forward by the name of Martin Combs. He says he saw LaMail outside of the Madrona Street location right before arrival of police and emergency personnel.
And you saw a guy at the house before police arrived, is that right?
Uh-huh.
So Martin Combs goes on to say he saw a person in front of the house before we ever showed up, acting really suspicious.
You know him?
Yes, it was Maurice.
He says Maurice Johnson. We're like, dang.
You sure it was him?
Positive.
And we're like, here we go. We know Maurice has access to the house. Why is he acting suspicious in front of total strangers?
Sounds like our boy Maurice got some major explaining to do.
We may have just tied our killer to the crime scene.
We're about to be one step closer to solving the case.
He was trying to take me in the house.
Once or twice, that could be a coincidence, but 3 times, that's something else. But there's always more than meets the eye when it comes to murder.
I've seen her before.
This murder might have been a family affair.
Hey, I'm Detective Velasquez, Woodward APD Homicide. You called in a tip?
The investigation into a double homicide at a house on Madrona Street is off to the races.
We developed 3 suspects, a guy named Murder Man and a father-son duo with ties to the residence.
And you saw a guy at the house before police arrived, is that right?
Uh-huh.
One of the suspects just rose to the top of the list.
You know him?
Yes, it was Maurice.
We received information the father, Maurice Johnson, was outside the home when the police rolled up.
You sure it was him?
Positive.
And we're like, here we go. Is Maurice Johnson our killer?
What did Maurice do after the police showed up?
He took off.
Something a guilty man would do.
What about his son, Ardendrick? Was he there?
It was just Maurice, and I haven't seen him since.
So at this point, we don't know what's up with Maurice Johnson. Maybe he knows something, or maybe he was involved.
Can you do us a favor? Could you let the neighbors know that we're looking for Maurice?
Mm-hmm.
So we put the word out. We want anybody and everybody out there looking for Maurice. We gotta holler at him.
Before leaving the area, we stop by the crime scene, where we meet an unexpected witness.
Are you police?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, we're out there. This white female, about 60 years old, walks up to us and identifies herself as Elizabeth Meyer.
How can we help you?
I want to report a crime at this house.
Our ears are wide open. You know, what else does she have to say?
When did this happen?
About a week ago.
She starts to go into great detail about what happened that day.
According to Elizabeth, it all started on the morning of December the 14th.
She's walking, and when she gets to the house, right at Madrona Street, where these bodies were found, she sees 2 men.
That could be our father and son.
Right.
So what happened next?
They stopped me. One man said I had nice hair and kept walking, but the other man stayed.
That's when things quickly turn sideways.
He says to her, "You're coming with me," while he opens his shirt and shows her a gun tucked in his waistband.
He tried to take me in the house.
It could be any of the 3 suspects we've been developing. It could be a murder man. It could be Ardentric Johnson. It could be Maurice Johnson.
What'd you do?
I said I wasn't going.
Miss Myers, she's badass. She looks at the guy with the gun and says, "If you're gonna shoot me, you're gonna have to shoot me right here in front of the street, 'cause I'm not going anywhere with you."
You're serious?
Yes.
You know you saved your own life, right?
We looked at each other like, this woman, she is absolutely no joke. Because as she went with this guy, she probably would be dead. We'd be investigating body number 3.
All right, so what happened next?
It was strange.
He walks away and then he runs back to her and gives her a hug.
How do you go from kidnapping someone to apologizing and giving them a hug? It was crazy. It didn't make any sense.
That's quite a story.
This is a totally different situation than the homicides we're currently investigating. But the fact that this type of activity happened, this all may be kind of related.
This is a huge help. So if you hear of anything else, let us know.
We want to keep it around. This is evidence to draw back on later.
On our way back to the office, we get a surprising message. We actually get information that Maurice Johnson came to the homicide office waiting to talk to us. Like, this doesn't happen often.
Thanks for coming in, Mr. Johnson.
No problem.
This is somebody who's on our suspect list that we usually have to track down and take weeks sometimes to get him. Maurice Johnson has just served himself up to us.
All right, so we understand from your ex-wife that you stay at her place on Madrona Street from time to time.
Oh, no.
Maurice said he actually did about 3 months incarcerated at the Fulton County Jail. That upon release, he comes back to the old neighborhood and his ex-wife bans him from going on the Madrona property.
I live in the house down the street.
What can you tell us about this woman?
Nothing.
He denies everything. No involvement, and had absolutely nothing to do with either of their deaths.
What about her?
Oh, okay. Now, I've seen her before.
This one?
Yes, I've seen her with my son.
Ardentria came by for a drink, and they just chatted for a little while. He said Heather Camp was with him.
When was this?
It was December the 16th.
And we know December 16th is the last time anyone spoke to Heather. And we also know that's the same day that Heather's phone got street pawned.
If his son Ardentric is involved, we have a burning question that needs to be answered.
You ever hear the name Murder Man?
He looks at us like, you don't know?
I mean, of course I've heard it. That's my son's nickname.
That's the nickname he's gone by for as long as I can remember. Like, damn, this is crazy.
What can you tell us about this woman?
Nothing.
We're face to face with Maurice Johnson, a prime suspect for the double homicide on Madrona Street.
And what about her?
Okay, now, I've seen her before.
But he quickly turns the tables towards someone else.
Yeah, I've seen her with my son.
When we hear this from Daddy about Ardentric being in the company of Heather Camp, that's when your evidence and your witnesses, everything gets mashed together.
You ever hear the name Murder Man?
That's my son's nickname.
Maurice Johnson's telling us right now, Murder Man is Ardentria Johnson. They are the same person. This is crazy.
When was the last time you saw him?
A few days ago.
According to Daddy, Ardentric is the only one that stays at that house right now.
We wonder if Maurice's story is too good to be true. We have to think, is Maurice Johnson really just trying to cast blame on his son?
Explain to us why we have a witness that puts you, not your son, at that house on the day of the murder.
And you split before the cops arrived, right?
I mean, okay, look, I was there.
He said, my ex-wife called me because she told me there's a dead body inside the Madrona house.
All right, and then Ebony called you?
Yeah.
Maurice says that he actually went into the house with Ebony and saw Heather Camp's body and actually stayed on scene, lingering around until the police arrived.
I called 911.
We know that this 911 caller, Ebony, she never told us any of this.
You know anyone who comes here?
Sometimes my son or my ex-husband.
This is all news to us.
As a matter of fact, my son, Maurice Jr., he was there. He could back up everything I said.
What?
Either you or your ex is lying.
This murder may have been a family affair.
I'm being truthful.
Okay. We need to sort this out.
Mr. Johnson, you're free to go. We'll be in touch.
We don't know what to believe at this point. The best way to get to the bottom of this is bring Mama back. She's got to get round two.
Okay, Ebony, just a few more questions. We're gonna need honest answers.
We asked Mama, why didn't you tell us in the initial first phase of this investigation about all these different people from your family on our crime scene?
You didn't say anything about your ex or your other son being there. Why not?
I don't know. I guess I was trying to protect them.
She actually says she brought her son, Maurice Jr., to the house on Madrona so he could retrieve some personal items from within the house.
We got to ask ourselves, if Maurice Jr. is there, is he somehow involved as well?
So Maurice Jr. lives there?
No, but he does keep stuff there. We were going to pick it up. That's when I discovered the body. I freaked, and I called my ex.
She owns the property. She probably is afraid what the repercussions might look like.
I'm telling the truth.
So start telling us more about Ardentry, or as some people are referring to him as Murder Man.
We want to know everything we can about Ardentry, and what better person to get that from than his mother. She explains that just a week ago, he was released from rehab, had nowhere to go.
I tried letting him live with me, but it wasn't working.
So what? You kicked him out?
Yeah,
Where'd he go?
to the house on Madrona.
Where's Ardentry now?
I don't know, and I'm being honest.
Ebony can't help us with that. She has no idea.
Thanks for your time.
We leave our number with her, tell her, give us a call if she knows where her son turns up at.
The interview with Mom paid off. Mom called the next day and said she found Ardentry, and she dropped him off at a rehab facility down in College Park. We went there and arrested him on the probation violation charge.
When they brought Ardentry out, I noticed he had the word Murder Man tattooed on his arm.
Since the beginning of this investigation, all information leads us back to Ardentry Johnson. And now we're finally gonna have a chance to question this brother, and we just can't wait.
At this point, the case against Ardentry is only circumstantial, so his interview needs to be handled very delicately.
So what's the angle?
DNA, right? Hey, because when the rape kit on Heather comes back, I'm pretty sure it's going to belong to Ardentry.
Mm-hmm. But we don't want him saying it was just consensual sex.
Vince was on the cold case squad for years, where he worked DNA cases involving primarily sexual assault against women. He's the resident expert.
We're gonna need a confession.
Hey, that's where y'all come in, all right? Nail it.
I believe he can bring the truth out of him, and if he can't, he's going to get evidence that's going to tie him directly to this murder. This is how we get down with our investigation.
This is a very critical interview with him. I got one shot at this.
What's up, man? What's going on?
We're gonna need a confession.
Ardentry Johnson, a.k.a. Murder Man, has been taken into custody on a probation hold. We finally have this guy in our grasp. We have to see what he's got to say.
Ardentry agrees to speak without an attorney.
You have the right to remain silent. You understand that? Yeah.
With only circumstantial evidence against him at this point, this interview could make or break the case.
I want to ask you some questions, and I want to hear your input. Cool? Okay.
He's not even asking me why he's there. He's just being cooperative.
Who's this right here?
Heather.
What do you know about Heather?
Not much. She does drugs.
When's the last time you saw Heather? I think the last time I seen Heather, it was like probably last time a couple of weeks ago or something like that, I think.
All right, so you said weeks?
Yeah.
We know that's a lie because we got people seeing Ardentry with Heather Camp on December 16th. That's just 3 days before we find her body in his house.
You know this girl?
Yeah.
It look like Nicole.
I ain't seen her in a while.
As he's navigating through all of that, one thing I never tell him is that these women are dead. Why you showing me these photos? I ain't got nothing to do with nothing. Why are you asking me these questions? You got the wrong guy. None of that came out of his mouth.
You need to use the bathroom with me? No, I'm not. Good. I'll be right back,
I gotta remember, whoever this killer is, he didn't want to see that face in death. So I intentionally left the room, but I left a picture of Heather Camp on the table because I wanted her to look at him.
All right, let's see if he takes the bait.
And he's staring at that photo I left on the table. And that was the purpose of that. I wanted that to mess with his head.
I never told them they were dead.
Yo, I cannot believe this just happened.
This is a huge moment. He's acknowledging that he's a killer in our minds. I mean, this isn't a confession in the conventional sense.
Can we use this?
Oh, yeah.
It's called a spontaneous utterance. He, in essence, has confessed to this crime without even me asking him a question.
Let's see what else he says.
I can't wait to get back in there, because now I got some more ammunition to throw at Murder Man.
So you haven't been completely honest with me up until this point.
So now I start hitting him with some real pointed questions.
Do you know what happened to her? No, I don't know what happened to her. She's killed. For real? I didn't know that.
He just tried to play like he was shocked at first. Clearly, he's lying.
Let's talk about Nicole.
Okay, but I ain't seen Nicole.
She's dead and she was in the closet. In your house. Dead. Been dead for 4 months. Tied up. Your house. Now you got 2 dead girls in your house. Not just one, bro. You got 2.
He is connecting all the tissues together. We're gonna find out what happens next, and I can't wait.
Did you ever have sex with Heather?
No.
So I wouldn't find your DNA on her.
No.
He was 100% adamant about that.
Stay put.
So I decide I'm gonna leave the room again, and I'm gonna leave this photo of Heather Camp on the table once more.
Let's see if lightning strikes twice.
It blew me away.
I gotta keep him talking. Come on.
That was a masterclass in the annals of criminal justice, according to Vince Velasquez.
So I need you to be straight up with me.
What happened with those women?
I don't know.
So I guess you have no problem giving up your DNA.
He said absolutely not.
Well, you're afraid it's gonna come back? Not really. Not really? Nah.
I want a lawyer, man.
Okay. Yeah, fair enough.
I'm gonna get a warrant to swab your DNA.
And I'll see you soon.
We don't have to charge him with murder today because he's got this probation hold on him.
We returned with a warrant and took a sample of our Dentrix DNA. While we waited on the results to come back, we continued to gather evidence.
During that time, the second victim was officially identified as Nicole Sartell.
Due to the advanced state of decomposition, there was no DNA evidence from our Dentrix Johnson linking back to her murder. We interviewed multiple people, including our Dentrix cousin, who became a key witness in this case. This cousin said our Dentrix was a violent man, and even became more violent when he was on drugs.
To make our case even more solid, DNA test results came back officially linking our Dentrix to Heather's murder.
Though we didn't get a confession from our Dentrix, we had a really good idea how things went down.
Someone there?
We know that on the night of the murder, our Dentrix lured Heather back to the Madrona Street residence, enticing her with drugs.
You scared me.
No reason to be afraid of me.
At some point, our Dentrix Johnson wanted more.
What are you doing? What are you doing? Get off me!
The evidence clearly shows that Heather Camp resisted.
Let go of me!
Shut up. It was a fierce fight.
At some point during this assault, our Dentrix murder man Johnson duct taped our victim's face to keep her from screaming.
Our Dentrix Johnson basically kneeled over her and choked the life out of her. It's been my experience that more than likely, the sexual assault of this poor victim happened after she was dead. It was just senseless. There was absolutely no reason for him to kill her. We don't exactly know what happened to Nicole Sartell and how it happened. But what we do know is that she filed a police report against our Dentrix Johnson previously for assault.
He's trying to get me arrested!
Things went bad. Nicole Sartell is bound with rope around her hands, her feet, and a rope around her neck.
No, please don't.
Shut up! And just like Heather Camp, he murdered her. That's his go-to, violence against women.
What's bizarre as hell is that Ardentryk, after killing Nicole, he entombs her. He locks her in a sarcophagus inside the house he continues to live in. That part was the most deplorable. Ardentryk Johnson is charged with murdering Heather Camp and Nicole Sartell. On September 25th, 2017, he is found guilty and sentenced to life in prison.
Is this how the body was found?
We'd seen human suffering in so many different ways. We thought after 14 years, could we catalog another gruesome, grisly discovery? And here it was, we did it again.
All right, I might have a hit here. I have a Nicole Sartell, missing August 25th.
This case is sad, but this particular case is really a story about young women who, after getting hooked on drugs, just get entrenched into this street life. And I know this.
I tried to give some help.
Drugs affect all walks of life, and no one's immune to this.
You scared me.
It does not matter that they chose a lifestyle that was high risk. It doesn't matter to us. We will work this homicide like it was the President of the United States. We take every